Hello, I'm Liz Duplessis, the Instructional Designer in Distance Education at Santa Rosa Junior College. In this video, SRJC instructor Kim Kinahan gives us a tour of her hybrid business course, Marketing Your Skills, which meets on campus 4 times during the semester. She tells us about the students who typically take the course, how she organizes materials and activities in Canvas so that students are ready for the face-to-face meetings, and she shows us dynamic content she created using easy multimedia tools. Let's get started. Kim created this course as part of SRJC's online college project, which provides incentives to encourage both full-time and part-time faculty to develop new online courses not previously taught online. She explains why this course was a good candidate for hybrid delivery, and she describes her collaborative approach.
This class has always traditionally been taught face-to-face, and what I was finding is the majority of the students in this class are working full-time and very, very busy. And so we found that by doing a very short kind of face-to-face informal survey that students would prefer this in an online environment and fit it into their own schedules. So that's one of the main reasons was our student population.
And many of them are working toward a certificate?
Most of them are working towards a certificate. So, yeah, they're taking a few other classes, and this is oftentimes their capstone class before they launch into their career or a new career.
Okay, great. Tell us a little bit about your approach.
So this class, at first I was hesitant to take it online because we do a lot of teamwork, collaborative activities. Most of the students have worked, have experience, have a resume, and so I like to do a lot of partnering, sharing, but what I was able to do is use a lot of tools in Canvas for that to happen. And the students also were able to pace the workload a little bit. We do work on a modular week by week, but I do open the second week a little earlier, so if I have a student that needs to work ahead a little bit, I allow that.
Next, Kim shows us how she organizes modules in Canvas to prepare students for learning online, to provide resources, and to deliver weekly lessons.
You can see I open up with that introduction, meet the instructor. I usually do a video. I think it's really important for them not just to see text on a screen, and they have a little bit more of a touchstone there if they see a face. I like to always include a module that includes my resources and any handouts. This will get larger as the semester progresses, but you can see I have a few in here right now. And then each module I try to keep as consistent as possible. I always put the dates, what our topic is for that week, and I will open up with an overview page. You'll see this on all of my modules. Again, here's another video that I've inserted. So I do a brief overview of what they're going to be working on. Again, it's here under topics. We always have the objectives, and then the weekly schedule.
Kim explains how she flips the course by having students view instructional videos and complete readings and homework in Canvas before coming to the face-to-face class meetings, so that the class time is spent on collaborative activities rather than lecture.
So during a week where we are going to meet face-to-face, I still will set up the module so the student can prep beforehand for class. So for instance, in this one, we are working on a cover letter, resume, and application. So it was important for them to come prepared with those items so we could work with each other and in small groups. Everything that you see here was due before our class meeting, and then during our class meeting, that's when we can review. So if we did have issues with several students missing some things on that quiz, that gave us a great opportunity to discuss, review any questions that have come up. And so we really do flip it with their doing the work, reading. Any articles I have in here, they're responsible for those, so they can have group discussions in class.
So then the class time is spent with interaction and not lecture.
Correct.
Okay, so they do that before they come.
Yes.
Most weeks, however, class meetings are replaced with online lessons and activities. The discussions are especially important so that students interact with each other and the instructor. SRJC board policy requires online instructors to participate on a regular basis in these sorts of activities in the course. And then, like week 3, you're doing fully online. They have a discussion forum, so that's where the interaction's happening.
Yes,
online.
so for this week, yes, of course we're not face-to-face, but I talk about this is our classroom time here.
In her lessons, Kim includes videos, readings that she presents in chunks using a tool called H5P, and visual elements.
I like to include videos and then make sure I have clear examples. I have used right here, this is a great article, but I wanted to break it up into more accessible pieces for them. So this is an H5P tool, and you can see it's an accordion one, and I've gotten really great feedback. I can include links in here, and again, it's easier for them to access, and I think they actually read it this way. As you can see, assignment, I try and use icons so those will pop for them so they know, even though they can go into the modules, and that's listed there as well, but within the assignment area here, I think it's a nice indicator for them.
Right, what's coming up, what they'll use this information for.
Exactly.
She and her students use the built-in Canvas recorder and the Rubric tool in Canvas for grading and for peer reviews.
But I really encourage them to record themselves again, so it's not just words on a page they're reading. It comes to life. They get to know each other much better this way when they have the videos included in their introductions. And they are required in several assignments that they record answers for assignments or when they're collaborating. So it's important that they feel comfortable.
Using the Canvas recorder.
Using the Canvas recorder, correct. I also, though, if that's a problem on their device, I have had them do videos on their phone and upload it that way. So I try and give them several different options. One of the assignments is for them to put together their elevator pitch, and I want them to actually, since we're not in that face-to-face environment to get up in front of class, that they can put themselves up there and then their peers can evaluate them. So what I also, we'll go ahead and give them the directions. I give them a video as a demonstration. Oftentimes I'll include my own elevator pitch, and then I always will include a rubric for the students. So this way there's a little peer grading going on, evaluation. Here's the rubric for the elevator pitch. So what I will do is I use the rubric for their final grade on the assignment, but I also will have the students in the discussion area so they can get used to evaluating one another and feeling comfortable in that environment as well.
At the end of each week's lesson, Kim provides a recap and additional resources.
I always have the summary for the week, the recap, what they've learned. I discuss the activities and assessments, and then I also try and include a few extra resources if they want to go above and beyond what we've covered.
Thank you, Kim.